No entiendo. Sorry. Bye-bye. Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about whether you need to know Spanish in Mexico. Now, I know for some of you guys are thinking, oh wow, hell yeah, this is finally he's covering this subject. And for a lot of other you guys, me included, I thought this was pretty self-explanatory, you know, and pretty obvious. But I guess it's not, so that's why I'm gonna make a whole video on it, and you know, hope you guys enjoy what I got to talk about, okay, when it comes to that. So you guys already know the neighborhood I'm walking through for the most part. I mean, I've shown it to you many times. If you want to see more of that view, check out my other channel. I'm not saying check out the other videos on this channel. Sorry, I got multiple things going on, as you already know. We're gonna keep the camera on here unless I see something worthwhile to see besides me. All right, so let's answer the question. All right, I'm already a minute into the video and I still haven't answered your question. Do you need to know Spanish to live in Mexico? Short answer, yeah, you do. I mean, yes. That's one of the main reasons I, Jose Arteaga, decided to move to Mexico as opposed to other parts of the world, you know what I mean? Where I needed to learn a new language. Because, well, Spanish was my first language, and it was just very easy for me to transition out here when it came to that part, because the whole communication aspect of living in a new country, in a new place, was, well, fairly easy and taken care of. I already knew the language. Again, it's like if I would have moved to India, you know, a lot of people speak English there, so that would have been easy, you know, right? So same thing, same exact thing. I know Spanish and I know English, therefore I have a larger, you know, body of whatchamacallit, of countries. I have a larger supply. That's the word I'm looking for. More variety. There you go. I got more variety when it comes to choosing a country where to live and visit and all these other things, because the language barrier, which is the main thing, is you know, kind of non-existent, because I speak the language, and there might be a few words here and there which might you know, bring some difficulty, but at the end of the day, you know, 95 or 90% of all the words are understood on both ends, and that helps with everything, with so many things. It's not even funny. And so I've been, I mean, ever since I've been making videos and I've been talking about all the things that I talk about, I constantly am always forgetting, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, in a sense, dropping the ball on that whole concept of the language barrier. The fact that you guys, like 80 to 90% of you guys, need to know Spanish or need to learn Spanish or whatever. Some of you guys have some basic Spanish. Some of you guys speak Spanish just like me, you know, meaning very fluently. You guys are great. You guys are doing awesome out here. You guys will do awesome out here. Any Spanish speaking country, you're fluent, you're good to go. If you speak some Spanish, you know, at least able to communicate, don't matter how your accent is, that's also very good. And even if you just know some phrases, that's also great. In fact, what a lot of you guys do, which, you know, is pretty awesome, is that you guys literally use something like Google Translate. And, you know, very, very easily, you guys, you know, just, you know, you're having a conversation with somebody because you basically have them speak into the Google Translate app on your phone, and then you know, it tells you what they said, and then you can, you know, tell the app what you want them, you know, to, you know, what you want to say to them, and vice versa.
How are you doing today?
¿Cómo estás hoy?
Estoy un poco nerviosa por la fiesta de Navidad.
I'm a little nervous about the Christmas party.
It's very easy. It's very works very well, and that's a great option. You know, in fact, a lot of you guys use Google Translate on a regular basis. Now, if you want to, you know, expand your knowledge, I would suggest for you to download an application called Duolingo. It's a free app, and it's a free app in which it helps you learn Spanish or any language. You know, again, I myself started to learn a little Russian, and then I just gave up on it, you know. but I did learn a little bit, and a lot of you guys swear by that application. A lot of you guys, you know, have done so much already and learned so much just from that free application alone. So just wanted to throw that out there. Oh, look, check this out. So this is a house right here. I know the people that own this house, and I'm going to be doing a video on this house in the future. So stay tuned for that, you know, since I know a lot of you guys like the real estate stuff and those other stuff. So we're going to be talking about that property and other properties out here in this area. I live in Mérida, Yucatan, all right? I live in the Yucatan Peninsula. I am known to make videos out here in this area, and if you want to know more about this area, want to live out here in the tropics, watch the rest of my channel. But I'm actually transitioning a little bit, if you guys haven't figured it out, into making more videos about other things, you know, going on in Mexico, because there's a lot of topics, there's a lot of things to talk about, there's a lot of important things. In fact, I gotta go in there real quick. I forgot, I gotta pay, you know, my internet bill. I'm already here and might as well take care of that, and then at the same time just pick something up, because I'm actually going shopping right now. But anyways, we're gonna keep talking about the language thing in a minute. But like, just a quick example, just coming into some place like here, you don't need much Spanish. But again, if you know Spanish, you can make everything so much quicker. Because remember, at this place, all right, you can get everything done. You can send money, you can pay all your bills, you know, you can you know, just get everything done. And again, they're open 24 hours and they do all kinds of things. Again, pay your phone bill, get all kinds of things resolved. But I myself, speaking the language, sometimes have a little difficulty, you know what I mean, getting what I want, or whatever bill paid that I need, and all this other stuff. So imagine somebody that doesn't speak any of the language at all. You know what I mean? Something like this is a little bit inaccessible, because, well, if you don't speak the language, you get what I'm saying? It makes it a lot harder. How the hell are you going to send money or pay a bill? You know what I mean? Unless it's, you know, some things are easy. You know, like if you're going to come pay the phone bill and the light bill, they just kind of scan it. You owe this amount, and that's it. But other things are a little bit more difficult. All right, speaking of which, let me get in there and get what I need, and then we're going to keep walking on the way back and talking a little bit more about the whole language situation. All right, guys, so paid the internet bill. Again, just to reiterate, even though I made videos on these topics just alone, my internet bill was $26, I think it was. No, $28. All right, $28 for 100 megabytes. All right. So here, check this out. So, you know, there's all kinds of people that live out here. Like, you know, this individual right here, he might be selling something, he might not be selling something. There's all kinds of people, you know, doing their thing. But again, it's so much nicer if you're able to communicate with, you know, you can go to the little tiendita, you know, the little mart. You can go to the bakery, you can go to all kinds of places, you know, around your neighborhood, you know, like I go to, and you can literally have a, you know, not just a conversation, but get whatever service you need without a problem. But again, it's like you need to know the language. And so it doesn't really matter what level you're at, but you got to make an attempt. You know, there are a lot of people out here that do speak English, depending on what part of Mexico you're in, depending on how much English they're going to speak. In a part like, let's say right here, Mérida, Mexico, there's a lot more English speaking people. It's a little bit more expat friendly, as you guys know from the videos. Other parts of Mexico, again, if you go to Mexico City, if you go to just certain places, you know, I think Querétaro, and other, you know, expat friendly type places, then yeah, you know what I mean? You know, you're not gonna have much of a problem with speaking just your basic Spanish. But the further you go in, you know, a lot of people are like, hey, what do you think about Chiapas or Campeche? Yeah, they're great, but you better know Spanish. You know, hey, what do you think about Oaxaca? I don't know, what do you think about your Spanish skills, brother? You know, like things like that. So it's just, you know, like a bunch of things like that where, you know, just go piggybacking off of last episode, you know, where I was just talking about like where Mexico can be very easy or hard, just depending on your background, where you come from, and a lot of things that you're dealing with. Look, for example, the bakery. You guys remember I did a video here. We did a whole video on this. You know, we came out here, and I'm gonna see, I'll probably link it at the end of the video or whatever, but it was all Spanish, you know what I mean? I translated everything on the bottom, and I got to show you, you know what I mean? And you got to, you know, listen to them talk and explain all the baked goods and all the everything, but it was all in Spanish. And they spoke a little English, but again, there's only so much that they can speak, and really how much can, you know, a lot of it gets lost in translation. Even me speaking Spanish, I still had to you know, I didn't know everything, you know what I mean? Like it was just like it's just the same thing. Like you might speak English, but depending on what part of the world you're going into that speaks English, it's a complete different culture, dialect, and I can go on and on. Again, speaking English, you're American, you go to Australia, they got fucking kangaroos and koala bears attacking you. It's like a completely different universe out there, you know what I mean? Like you go to England and they're drinking tea and eating crumpets and shit like that, and it's a completely different culture and a completely different everything. You go to India and they're out there, you know, fucking eating curry and I don't know what else they do in India, you know, whatever. I'll repair your phone. Sorry, I gotta help myself. Get fucking comedy over here. Comedic anyways, all right, so the point I'm making is the same thing goes with Spanish. You know, a lot of people, like for example, you guys learn Spanish and you guys are very fluent in Spain Spanish, you know, like Catalan or whatever, and then you come out to Mexico or like the Yucatan, and all of a sudden people are te están hablando y no entienden lo que te están diciendo. You know, basically they're talking to you and you're like, what the fuck are you saying? You know what I mean? Like it's like they're speaking a completely different dialect in a completely different language and a completely different everything, but no, it's Spanish. You follow? So I can imagine, like, if you're, you know, English speaker, I mean, you're, you know, you speak another language, and all of a sudden you learn English from England or any other kind of English, you know what I mean? And then you go to another country and it's like you don't understand, you know, like you learn proper English, right? And then you go to the USA, it's like, what the hell are these people saying? So it's just things like that, you know what I mean? Like you gotta, you know, there's a lot of things that you gotta consider when learning the language as well, you know, because it's like depending on where you're going, depending on how they speak the language in that particular region. And so there's a lot of things that you gotta, you know, look into, and it's not just as easy as you might think. There's a lot of easy things, you know, out here, but when it comes to like the language, you know, the more, like the thing is like the more you learn, the more you know that you don't know anything, and the more you understand that you need to learn even more and all this other stuff. So it's the same thing, you know. It's all of a sudden, once you know the language, things become a lot less scarier. And you know what that guy, for example, is selling. Like that guy is selling alcohol, believe it or not. Now it's very, hola, buenos días. But see, you can have conversations with people randomly. Buenos días, saludos. I don't know exactly what they were saying, but I think they were just saying hi, and I'm saying hi, and that's good enough, you know what I mean? You really don't got to get too deep into the conversation. But anyways, like I was saying, that guy that was honking his horn really loud, and he was and he was with a big orange barrel. He was selling this stuff called, I think, tepache, and what it is basically a pineapple drink, a fermented pineapple drink. All right, and you can get it from him, and so it's a little fermented pineapple-y drink, and you can get you a little, you know, a little drunk if you have enough of it, but it's not, I don't know the exact alcohol level, but I would say beer. Anyways, I never even had it. I gotta try it one time and show you guys. But they're all over the place. They actually stopped because of the pandemic, but now they're coming out again. Don't get me started on that whole conversation. But for example, again, if you don't know Spanish, you won't know what it says on my shirt. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you guys can see it, right? But, or you guys won't know exactly how to communicate with the person here selling chicken, or the guy that's working for you and doing all kinds of things. You feel me? Like, how are you gonna really communicate if you're gonna come out here and build a house or rent a house or whatever, and you're gonna hire workers? How are you gonna really know what's going on if you don't understand the language? How are you really not gonna get gringo priced because you don't know the language? Look, man, at the end of the day, the whole gringo price thing, you know, comes from one main thing. You don't speak the language and you're a definite outsider. But if you come out here and if you assert yourself, okay, and even if you speak broken Spanish, all right, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? But if you're not here, you know what I mean? You're not scared of dealing with people out here in the real estate or any kind of industry like that, because you're confident enough in your level of Spanish in which you can communicate with them, and all of a sudden you're not going to get swindled because you'll understand what's out there. You'll be able to look around. You'll be able to speak to them enough fluently. It doesn't matter about your accent, trust me. As long as you can speak fluently back and forth and things like that, it's like at the end of the day, that's how you negotiate, you know what I mean? Basically, it's like if you don't have anything to stand on, you know, like it's hard for you to negotiate. It's hard for you to do these things. So, you know, that's why it's like the language is very, very important. Now, again, you know, there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of money, have a lot of, you know, resources, have a lot of things in their favor in which they really don't have to worry about that aspect of communication because, well, you know, money talks. And you know, basically it's very simply they have the ability in order to you know, how do I say this, like you don't have to get the best price because you don't really care what you're spending, you know, and things like that. So yeah, we're gonna finish this video here because I'm actually doing groceries today, and therefore I'm not gonna be able to film on the way back. So we're gonna just film here to finish this episode. But you know, just to keep reiterating and getting back, you know, to the topic, there's a lot of things that you can do to literally make your life out here or in any Spanish speaking country or in any country a lot easier, and that's learning the language. Now, I've already told you of 2 things that you can do. Thing number 1 is that, you know, you can start, you know, learning the basics for free using something like Duolingo. Okay, another thing you can do is hold on, I had my notes here.
You're fired.
Where'd I put them? Where'd I put my notes? Oh, there. What else? Google Translate. You know, Google Translate, like, don't just use it, but also, like, as you're speaking words and you know, as you're using it, also, like, learn from it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, oh, that's how Google Translate says it, and yada yada yada, and then just learn from that. But then the last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get some sort of class. You're gonna take some class, you know, and again, you don't have to. You do whatever you want. Everyone has a different level of understanding and learning and all these other things, but at the end of the day, it would be very smart of you to take an actual class, you know, which you know, nowadays you can just take on Zoom, or you can actually take a class in person once you are living in Mexico or whatever Spanish speaking country you choose, and so on and so forth. So, you know, the reality is that, you know, just coming full circle, yeah, you do need Spanish. You know, just like no matter what country you're going into. If you're going to Cambodia, you probably should learn some Cambodian. If you're going to live in Brazil, probably learn a little Portuguese. If you're going to live in Greece, you'd probably be very smart to learn a little Greek. And again, the lucky thing for a lot of you guys out there that speak English is that English is a very universal language. But so is Spanish. You know, Spanish is one of the most spoken languages on the planet. Again, right behind English and right behind, and I think Spanish is spoken more than English, but I think English is actually spoken more. It doesn't matter. But then we got Chinese, I think Mandarin or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's in the top 3, all right? Like, for sure it's in the top 3. It doesn't matter what position it's in, but it's in the top 3. So learning Spanish is not, you know, don't be looking at it like a chore. Don't be looking at it like it's like a, you know, a pain in the butt, like it's not going to serve you or help you in any other capacity except for living out here, because that couldn't be any further from the truth. Like, Spanish is a main language in which most of the world speaks. In fact, if you know Spanish well enough, you will also learn some, you know, you will also be able to understand and speak some Portuguese, some Italian, some French, and I could go on and on. Any other Romance language, any language that is derived from Latin. So learning Spanish actually helps you understand all these other languages as well. Okay, so it's a lot of things. So honestly, when it comes to like learning Spanish, besides, you know, yes, that you need it when you're moving to a Spanish speaking country, but in my opinion, it's only served me well. No matter where I've gone in the world, no matter what corner of the world I've been in, it's always served me very, very, very well. You know what I mean? The fact that I know both languages, and especially when since I've been living in Latin America, well, Mexico actually, you know, to tell you the truth, but regardless, you know what I mean? Do you know the huge advantage it is that wherever I go, I can speak 2 languages very fluently? Well, you know, as fluently as possible, right? I mean, some people may argue I don't even speak English very good, which is fine with me, as long as you guys understand me, and vice versa. I think that's all that matters, right? Exactly. So, you know, again, going back to what it says on my shirt, I don't even know what it says. It's like, but again, if you don't know Spanish, you won't be able to read what it says on my shirt. I'm not going to translate it. I'm not going to anything. If you guys know what it says, leave it in the comments. And speaking of the comments, let's talk a little bit about the channel for 1 second. If you guys have anything, any topic you guys want me to discuss or talk about, leave it in the comments. Let me know. Talk about it in the comments, and I'll try my very best to cover this. Okay, it doesn't mean that just because you leave it in the comments that I'm gonna do it. Okay, it's just because there's a lot of topics out there I'm just not gonna cover, or it's not on my radar. But if there's certain things out there that you think that I could cover, I should cover or talk about, or you guys want to hear my perspective on it, please, by all means, leave me down below in the comments and we'll go from there. This is all community type thing, so and literally help me to help you. Okay, I can't read your mind, and I need to know what other kind of topics that you would probably be interested in listening to from my perspective. When somebody asks me something about, like, hey, can you do a video on the best schools in Merida and this and things about schools and things for kids and things, I'm like, I don't have kids, I don't have anything like that. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do anything anything in that vicinity. But you guys that know me or have at least seen a few videos of me, you guys already know the kind of topics that I talk about and I cover, and I'll be more than happy to make videos on. And I mean, I've made videos on the same topic more than once, because there's many different angles in which to cover these things sometimes. So just coming full circle, guys, because the whole idea of do I need to learn Spanish moving to Mexico? A lot of you guys moved to Mexico and don't even speak one word of Spanish and don't even make an attempt to learn Spanish, and you guys still survive out here. So let's not forget that either. But the reality is, if you want to take full advantage and you really want to be able to experience Mexico to its fullest and enjoy it and have be able to get on the bus and do all kinds of really awesome things, then I would highly suggest that you learn some Spanish. And you don't need to be perfect, you know what I mean? Like I said, as long as you can understand and vice versa, and then you can fill in the gaps with other things like Google Translate, you're good to go, guys. Again, a lot of people out here, they also they know some English, they want to practice, vice versa. And so the whole communication thing in Mexico, for the most part, is fairly easy, as long as you make an attempt, as long as you give it a good old college try. But you got to put some effort. If you don't put any effort, don't be expecting a Mexican to put any effort, okay? They don't care, all right? And if they're gonna put an effort, it's gonna be to, get a couple extra bucks from this dumbass gringo that doesn't even wanna acknowledge my existence here. They just look at me like a, some dirty Mexican that wants to, they're supposed to work for them. So if you change that perspective around a little bit by, I don't know, just saying, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Me puede ayudar, por favor? Bro, dude, that's it. That guy might be like, oh, yes, sir, don't worry. Oh, I speak a little English. We can communicate this way if it's easier. But if you just come in and start speaking, hey, how's it going? I need help with this, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do that. The fucking Mexican's gonna be like, no matter what he knows, for the most part, he's gonna be like, no entiendo, sorry, bye-bye. So, all right, just a little FYI. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go inside. I gotta do some shopping. I gotta get some AC. I gotta do a bunch of little errands, and that's it, guys. You already know the deal. So if you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.